Hello my dear students, how are you? Today inshallah we are going to talk about Unit 4, Lesson 2, Fill the Space. Let's start. Our lesson is called the area. What's meant by the area? Area is a number of square needed to cover the surface of a figure. For example, record your answer in square units. Look at this shape and we want to get the area. To get the area, you should count the squares inside this shape. The squares inside this shape. So the area here equals 24 square units. Formula of area. Area of a square equals side length times itself, or side times side. Area of rectangle length times width. Remarks. The unit of measuring the area is square meters or square centimeters. Let's remember together the formula of perimeter. The perimeter of a square equals side times 4, but the perimeter of rectangle equals length plus width all times 2. Let's start with the build part. Determine the area of rectangles and show your work. Number 1. Here to get the area you have two ways. The first way, you can count the squares inside the rectangle. But here we have another way. You can use the formula of area of rectangle equals length times width. So width here, like the row, how many squares here? 5 squares. So the width equals 5 units. But the length here, like the column. Column here consists of 6 squares or 6 units. Now I can get the area by making multiply between length and width. So area equals length times width equals 6 times 5 equals 30 square units. Number 2, here we have another rectangle. To get the area here, we have the length and the width. So length times width equals 12 times 4 equals 48 square centimeters. Number 3, create a formula for finding the area of rectangle. The formula of the area of rectangle is length times width. Another example, find the area of this rectangle. Who can remember the formula of the area of rectangle? Yes, length times width. So the length here equals 18 meter and the width equals 10 meter. So the area equals 18 times 10 equals 180 square meters. Number 3, a glass company is cutting a piece of glass to cover the top of banquet table. The table measures 8 meters by 6 meters. What is the area of the glass need for the table? Okay, here we have the dimensions are 8 meters and 6 meters. To get the area here, the area of the glass, the glass here in the shape of rectangle, because we have dimensions. Dimensions, it means length and width. So the area equals length times width. 8 times 6 equals 48 square meters. Number 4, a small rectangular ant farm measures 20 centimeters by 8 centimeters. What is the area of the ant farm? Okay, we want to calculate the area here of rectangle. Length times width. 20 times 8 equals, put 0 as it is, and 2 times 8 equals 16. So the final answer equals 160 square centimeters. Let's start with the practice part. Number 1, for a science project, 2 students are creating an ant farm enclosure. Their enclosure will be 5 meters long and 2 meters wide. Sketch the enclosure and label the dimensions, then find the perimeter and area. Okay, here we have a sketch the enclosure in the shape of rectangle. 5 meters long, it means length equals 5 meters. And 2 meters wide, it means width equals 2 meters. So let's get the perimeter. Who remember the perimeter of rectangle? Yes, the perimeter of rectangle, length plus width all times 2. So let's substitute each letter by its number. 5 plus 2 all times 2. 5 plus 2 equals 7, and 7 times 2 equals 14 meters. Let's get the area. The area of rectangle equals length times width. So equals 5 times 2 equals 10 square meters. Another example, find the area and perimeter of the rectangles. Show your work and label your answers. Number 1, we have a rectangle. Its length 9 cm and its width 2 cm. Let's get the area of rectangle. Length times width. 9 times 2 equals 18 square centimeters. But the area but the perimeter, length plus width all times 2. 9 plus 2 all times 2. 9 times 2 equals 11. 11 times 2 equals 22 centimeters. Number 2, we have a rectangle. Its length 97 millimeter and its width 2 millimeters. Let's get the area of this rectangle. Length times width. So 97 times 2. 97 times 2 equals 194 square millimeters. You can get the answer by making a draft. Perimeter of rectangle equals length plus width all times 2. So 97 plus 2 all times 2. 97 plus 2 equals 99. 99 times 2 equals 198 millimeters. Now with game time. Let's play by using this QR code.